George Tate, he was a British subject, and he came over here in 1752 with his wife, Mary, and his 4 sons, because he was given the job as the mast agent to run an operation here in Stroudwater Village, just outside of Portland. What he decided to do was to build a house close by to where the operations were seated, and that was down on the Fore River. So this house was built in what was called the Georgian style. The Georgian setup was very symmetrical, that you would have a center entrance. We've heard the term center entrance colonial. Well, that was the hallmark of a Georgian style house. There were 4 windows, 2 on each side of the front door, and up on the second floor there were 4 more windows and then a window in the middle. So you had this symmetry. This particular house, the chimney serviced 8 fireplaces. So the decision was made by the Tates to have a center chimney operation. They went down to bedrock, built it up, and created that fundamental aspect of the foundation of this house. And then the field stone was collected and the foundation was built. And on top of that, courses of brick were put in, and then the building took place. The chimney has never sunk in 253 years. Back in the 1700s, everything was built out of wood, and obviously they needed wood from all over the world to build ships. They were in the Baltic Sea for a while, and they pretty much deforested that area, and they were looking for other areas. They had taken over all of the trees available on the British Isles. So needless to say, the colonies were the next port of call. So they came to the colonies and they began to start developing the mast trade. The white pine was so straight and so true that it really became the tree of choice, and they were all over the woods here. A gentleman who was called the Surveyors General, which was a kingly appointment, was a person that went into the woods every day, and they would look at the trees that fit the specs that they were looking for, and he would put a mark on the tree to say that we are taking this tree and it happens to be on your land. So they gave some money to the colonists, but far less than the colonists felt was fair. So that started some problems. But the mast trade went on, and they would bring these huge trees out of the woods, mostly in the wintertime, with oxen. And what they did is they brought them here, rolled them down the hill, put them on barges. Those barges went down to the point down where the Casco Bay Bridge is today, and they would set sail for England, and then they would load up with provisions and things for sale back in the colonies and come on back. George Tate chose this property, and he had a house built, and in 1755 he and Mary and his 4 sons walked in to the Tate House, which we know it today, the Tate House Museum.